What's up guys, this is Yasser. Welcome back to my channel. You're watching Yasser's Fit Frag, and today I'm going to talk about another 4 perfumes from Jawaad. They sent me 4 different clones in this beautiful presentation box. It actually looks very nice to me. It's a wooden box with this beautiful thing here, nice design, and this is where they sit. So these are 10 ml perfume sprays. So I've covered similar 5 clones in my first video as well. In case you haven't watched that yet, you can watch it using the above link. In the first video I've covered 5. I would recommend 3 out of that, which is Terre Hermes. They also have a good Sauvage, and Tom Ford Oud Woody, which is actually one of the best that I've tried among the clone makers. So the price might sound a little higher to you compared to other clone makers, but their quality justifies the price. So their others of 8 ml cost around 400 to 600, and the 10 ml sprays, which are like these, cost around 300, and they also have a 50 ml perfume spray Eau de Parfum, which costs around 700. So I think for the price and for the quality that they make, it is actually not a complaint, because in case you want good quality, Jawaad is definitely that you should try. So coming in at number 4, so out of the 4, 2 are summer fragrance and 2 are actually cooler weather fragrance. So I'll start with the summers first. At number 4 is Neroli Portofino, which is inspired by Tom Ford Neroli Portofino. Now, if you ask my opinion, I do not like the original Tom Ford Neroli Portofino as well, because it has a little bit of that soapy feel along with that Neroli note. This also has a similar vibe in the opening, which I don't personally enjoy that much, but there are some people whom I have seen who are crazy behind Neroli Portofino. And in case you want to go on a budget, I would definitely suggest this one. But from my personal taste, I don't enjoy Neroli Portofino even from the Tom Ford. But this one is right close to 80% when you compare it with Tom Ford. So it has that little bit of soapy feel along with Neroli, just like the name. But within 30 minutes, that soapy and Neroli gets a lot smoother, and it smells slightly better than the opening, at least to my nose. And after 30 minutes, you would get hints of jasmine and some orange note. But that's when it actually gets smoother and it smells better than the opening to me. Now coming to performance, it projects around 2 hours and it lasts about 6 to 7 hours. So not bad in terms of performance. So that was Neroli Portofino by Jawaad. Coming in at number 3 is Issey Miyake. Now in case you're looking for a good performing summer scent, bang on guys, because this has great projection considering it to be a summer scent. It easily projects 2 to 3 feet for the first 2 hours, because when I was testing it, I sprayed 3 sprays on my inner elbow just for testing purpose. And when I went to have my dinner, which was about 15 minutes after I sprayed, my mother-in-law asked, "Oh my God, which perfume is that? I can smell you right from here." She was about 3 feet away, and I was a little surprised because just 3 sprays is what I went with this one, and it was projecting about 3 feet away. For a summer, fresh citrus type of fragrance, that is not an easy thing at all. And when you compare this with the original, I would say this is about 90 to 95% close. It is beautifully done. For those who like typical citrus summer kind of fragrance, along with that white lily note, definitely try this one, because this is a typical citrus summer fragrance and a great choice for the high summers. So projects really good for the first 2 to 3 hours, and after the late dry down, you would get very nice smooth cedarwood and musk. So overall a great fragrance. It lasted about 8 hours on my skin. So definitely give it a try in case you're looking for a good performing summer scent in a budget. So that was about Issey Miyake, which is actually inspired by L'Eau d'Issey. Now coming in at number 2, now these 2 are cooler weather fragrance, is CH Men. Now when I compare with my CH Men, the opening does not really connect with this one, but within 15 minutes is when I get vibes of this one. Now this also has that smooth leather note. But it also has that green grassy feel in the opening. This has less of that grassy feel, but it still tries to interpret CH Men, but it is beautifully done, and I'll tell you why. Because along with that smooth citrus and soft leather opening, in the dry down, this gets more close towards to Valentino Uomo Intense, and that was a little surprising to me, because cloning this is not an easy thing at all. I'm not sure if they intentionally did it, but it does lean more towards Valentino Uomo Intense in the dry down. And that is why I would recommend this one. So don't really purchase this, because it is a perfect clone of this one, though it has similarities, but it changes a lot after 30 minutes and it goes more towards Valentino Uomo Intense. It has a little bit of that soft iris vibe after 30 minutes, along with that slight leathery nuance of the CH Men. So that's where this one connects to Valentino Uomo Intense. So in the dry down, you would get more of that violet flowers along with that soft iris kind of note. And the blend overall is actually good, and I was really surprised that it was leaning more towards Valentino Uomo Intense, because Valentino Uomo Intense is one of the classiest fragrance that I have smelt, though it is kind of discontinued or low supplied these days. In case you get a chance to try that, it is a little expensive. It costs around 6,000 for 100 ml, but in case you want to go on a budget which is almost similar to that, 80%, I would say you can try this one. So that is CH Men by Al Jawaad. So performance wise, it is not mind blowing, because even CH Men is not known to perform that great, but this also gives 1.5 hours of projection, very soft projection, and it lasts about 5 to 6 hours, which I think is not bad for the price. So that was CH Men by Al Jawaad. Now coming in at number 1, this is a blockbuster, guys. This is a clone of La Nuit Dlhomme by Issey Miyake. Now I'll tell you why I call this as a blockbuster, because I have tried so many clones from different clone makers and none of them were actually good. I still wouldn't say that this is very close to the original, but that cardamom note in this one is definitely a bang on stuff. It is beautifully done, very smooth cardamom, very enjoyable cardamom. So the cardamom vibe actually gives you reminders of La Nuit Dlhomme. I wouldn't really say that the overall blend is close to YSL La Nuit Dlhomme, but otherwise as an overall blend or as a scent of its own, it is beautifully done. The cardamom note is superb in this one, very appealing to the nose. After the dry down, you would get a very soft cumin note along with cedarwood. So it projects about 1.5 hours and it lasts about 5 hours on my skin. So 5 hours, if you feel that it is too less, let me tell you guys, the original YSL La Nuit Dlhomme is also not known for performance. You will have to spend 5,500 around that range, and you get very weak performance even in the original YSL La Nuit Dlhomme. So don't really complain on this one, because this also has that soft projection of 1.5 hours and it lasted about 5 hours on my skin. But in case you want that beautiful smelling cardamom note, I would highly recommend this one. It is beautifully done, very good quality. There is no cheap synthetic feel at all in this one. So from today's list, I would definitely recommend La Nuit Dlhomme as number 1, CH Men number 2. And in case you like that typical summer fragrance, citrus type along with lily, Issey Miyake is what you can try. So that's about it. Let me know in case you have tried any of these. Comment down in the comment section. See you next time soon. Keep sharing the videos. Thanks for watching again. Cheers.